My favorite kind of card to make is interactive cards that pop up, and in this video I'm sharing 5 more pop-up cards I made for kids of all ages with Karen Burniston's Bitty Ball pop-up die set. Hello and welcome to Karen's Creative Cards on YouTube. I am Karen Hashik, and the first couple cards I'm sharing in this video are for young children who love Sesame Street characters. Of course, this guy is Cookie Monster, and I typed this on the computer, "Methinks it's your birthday," and just did punch art for Cookie on the front. Now, of course, all the details on these cards will be on my blog with links to all the products that we used. So, of course, this is a very fun front, but when you open it, look who pops up. Cookie Monster pops up with a fun, happy birthday. I know sometimes I show the card and you're seeing the top. I'm going to try to open this again. And this time try doing it this way, okay? So there's a magnet on this one, and you do this, and then he pops up. Isn't he adorable? And I just, this one, I just looked at a picture of Cookie Monster and just kind of made it. All it needs to be is blue with the eyes and the mouth and the cookie, and many of the characters with the Karen Burniston die set are just made with 2 bitty balls like that. So I like to also emboss the top layer just to give it a little more texture. So I am really happy with how that one turned out, and I think some young child will be too. Now, it's a little bit pricey to do the magnets like I did in that one. You do have to use at least 2 to hold it relatively closed. So this is an Elmo card that I made, and it was inspired by one that Kelly Booth made, and there's a link to hers in the description box. Another big happy birthday and a punch art Elmo, and in this case I used staples along the top and the bottom, and I covered them up, but that's much less expensive and easy to do, and I just created like a folder, and then when they pull on this, Elmo pops up. Isn't he cute? And again, very easy to do and inspired by one that I saw online. Now, I had great fun creating double bitty ball animals, and have links in the description box to other videos I did with those. But I'm a member of the Karen Burniston Pop-Up Peeps Facebook group, and I recently saw a brilliant idea for another way to use the bitty ball, or a surprise ball, which is a little bit bigger. I just prefer the bitty ball because to me it fits a little easier in envelopes. And several cards inspired me by Ingrid Candanado. Now I probably mispronounced that, but by Ingrid, and she attached the shaker card to the front of a ball. So this is the first card I made. It's a happy birthday card, and the belly band slides off, and the shaker, as you can see, that's a very active shaker there. Another idea I got from her was to use seed beads instead of glitter or sequins, and boy, they do move really easily. So I'm going to show you how I did that. But there's a birthday shaker that's being popped up by the bitty ball. So that is a really fun way, another fun way to use the bitty ball die set. And here's one that I made. Now there's links to Ingrid's Facebook page, Facebook posting of her card, and her Instagram in the description box. So be sure to check those out. This is one I made for a puppy lover that I know, and I have "Love You" with some little paw prints. And then a picture, a window frame with puppies pops up. Let's try to do that in a way that you can see that pop up. So Yeah, it pops up quickly, but those, again, seed beads and other beads in there move around very freely, and I think someone's going to get a big kick out of that surprise when they open the card. So Ingrid's cards and my first two used a belly band to hold them shut. This is the card that I'm going to make in this video, and I decided to use magnets to hold it shut. So I have a beautiful front here that I'm going to show you how I made, and magnets are holding this one shut, and then when you open it, the frame pops up again using that bitty ball, and this beautiful frame, let's try that again and just see if you can see it from the side. So there, how that pops up, isn't that cool? I just had a great time making these, so obviously I kept going until I had 5 of them. Now here are the dies that I used in making this card. This is the bitty ball pop-up. It is the element, the dies that makes that ball, and that's the bitty ball. Of course, like I said, there's a larger one that's a surprise ball. I like this size. You can fit 2 together to make animals, and this is the gorgeous front of the card. It's called Wishing You Brighter Days by Sue Wilson at Kreative Expressions. And then this might be one of my favorite new dies I just got, Adriana pop-up easel die set. It's going to make easel cards too, and I'm going to definitely make some of those and share them in a video. But in this case, I just used the frame part to make the frame on the inside of the card. And then I just think when you add a piece like this to sign, it's so much more interesting if it has fun stitching. And I used a Cat Scrappiness slimline die to get that look there. I also used a Gina Marie Designs oval. And again, I know I could just cut a plain oval. I just think it's so much more interesting to have the stitching. And then that's a Cherry Lynn Flourish, Leafy Flourish. And this Thinking of You here is also by Sue Wilson and Kreative Expressions. So here are the pieces we need to make the card. Now you don't need to watch me do all the die cutting, so I think I'll leave those there so I don't lose them. I have taken a thick green cardstock and I cut it 11 by 6 and I scored it at 2 3/4 from both sides to create a gatefold card. Now I have created the bitty ball already and I have a brad here to attach it. Now I am not going to show you in this video, to try to keep it at a reasonable length, how to make the bitty ball. But I have previous videos linked in my description box. The first one of those does show you how to do it, and also Karen Burniston's videos are excellent to watch, of course, and she gives description, and they're not at all hard to make at all. And when it's behind this frame, I don't even need to worry if these are all perfectly spaced, because I just need to pick one and use it to attach it. Now I have punched a hole here about 2.5 inches down. I kind of know that's where I want the ball to be, that the frame is going to be attached to. And I have now attached that ball. Now we're going to create the frame, and I've started that. I have the Poppy Stamps Adriana pop-up easel, just the frame part, and then I cut an oval out of there, and I'm actually using that oval to cover up the magnets. This Thinking of You I mentioned was from Sue Wilson, and I put some sticky tape paper, you know, two-sided tape paper behind it. Another thing I like to do when I'm making an easel, a shaker card, is to put a few of favorite elements on the top, or attach them on the inside, but when your shaker elements are all down at the bottom, you still can see them. So I was going to show you that I got this cool little container from Trinity Stamps that you can put your stuff in there that you want to use, and then you can obviously pour it out easily. And I'm using Maker Forte clay embellishments. In this case, it's the beautiful colored leaves. And I mentioned that seed beads, and I'm going to get some more. I only had a few. I'm almost gone with these gold ones. But seed beads are relatively inexpensive. You do want glass seed beads. And I don't know how I got the right size, but 11-0 /O seems to be a good size for shakers. I'm sure that means something, but doesn't really mean anything to me other than it does work. And then I'm using some mixed metallic flowers as well. And one thing, like I said, that I like to do is take a few of those elements that are going to be on the inside and attach them so people can see, even when they're at the bottom, some pretty color on that acetate. So let's just attach one more here with a glue dot. So I've created the frame, and I attached a piece of acetate, and I have a piece of cream cardstock that is ready to go, that's going to hold the stuff in. And when I create a shaker, I love to use my Motion Crafts double-sided skinny foam tape strips, and lately I've been using 2 layers just to make sure it's up far enough and things really move. So I put a layer down already. And then I'm going to put one more layer. Come on, get off my fingers. I save those pieces because sometimes they're just the right size to finish a row. That's perfect. Okay, gotta get these off my fingers, right? So I use my EK Success powder tool, and I go all around the edge and on the acetate so that the beads do not stick in there. And then I am going to dump in, there's a fine line between too many and not enough, right? I thought I wanted a few more than I did the last time, and hopefully it's not too many. And then I'm going to remove the cover of the second layer of the foam strips and attach the cream backing on there. Press that down firmly. Yeah, I think I like it even better. It has great movement, the pretty leaves are moving, and of course the seed beads are, and those little flowers. That's great. I love that. Okay, so now we're going to take a strong glue. I have the Connect glue from Gina K Designs, and Jennifer McGuire swears that it is the strongest glue she knows. I have several that I use all the time, but we'll use that one because you do want a strong glue. And then we have that flat, and we're going to put this where we want it. If my head's in the way, I apologize. I have to make sure that I have it. And I'm going to use a clothespin to hold that shut for a minute while it sets up. In the meantime, I have my Wishing You a Brighter Day all die cut out. Again, this is from Sue Wilson and Creative Expressions, and I have strong tape on that side, and that's going to go on there, and I'm hoping I can do it. Oh, my clothespin is still there. We'll see. Of course, it always takes a little bit to get the cover off this tape. Come on. And I'm also going to get 2 magnets. I have the basic gray. I'm almost out of the large, so I'm going to try a large and a small, and hopefully that will hold it. We're going to hide the magnets with these pieces here. So we're going to see if this is set up enough. It appears to be. Try to be careful with that. We're going to take this piece and attach it here with that strong tape. Hopefully I got that straight. Pretty straight. And then we're going to take the magnets. I like the basic gray. They have a positive and a negative on them, and they have adhesive on right on the magnets, so they're very easy to use. I'm going to try one here. And then you can remove the adhesive piece on this side. And close it down and press. And then the other side matches up perfectly. I think I should use a stronger tape on that. We'll use some of my score tape. Now this is going to make it pretty on the inside, but also cover those magnets. And then this piece of decorative paper is also going to cover those magnets. Isn't it amazing how we all have, at least I do, I have tons of different ways to attach things, and each way is my favorite for different purposes. And then one more thing that I want to cover up is that brad back there. Which I could cover the whole back, but I decided just to put a pretty circle there, as if that's exactly what I intended to have back there. So when we close this, yeah, that's holding good, so you can use a big and a little one, which is good to know because I have more of the little than I do of the big. We have Wishing You Brighter Days, and then when they open it, the frame with all those pretty beads and leaves will open and pop up. Let's try that at an angle that I think you can see it. Hey, isn't that cool? I just love how those turned out. And I love getting inspiration from Facebook groups and the internet. I had great fun making these pop-up cards and hope my cards have inspired you to give these awesome products a try. Thanks for watching, sharing, and subscribing, and thanks too for helping me share the joy of creativity.